Just quickly before we get into today's video, a big thank you to our sponsors for supporting this year's Computex coverage. Check out Corsair's fancy new Vengeance RGB memory, and if you're after a new rig that won't send you broke, MSI's got you covered. Check out the latest MSI gaming PC setups and learn how you can build an incredible new gaming rig that's light on your wallet. Make sure you check out the link below in the video description. Welcome back to Harbour Unboxed. I've just been walking around the showroom floor and I've come across the DeepCool booth, and there are a couple of really nice looking new cases here. One that is particularly affordable, some tempered glass, bit of RGB, so that is definitely worth checking out. And there are a couple of new all-in-one liquid coolers. Alright, I'm going to crouch in a little bit awkwardly here, but I do want to show you the new Captain 240 Pro. This is going to be released in August of this year and it will be $120 US. So they've added RGB to the top of the pump housing here. You get two fans on this 240mm radiator. They have left the pipe that goes from the pump into the top of the block, the sort of reservoir section. They've left that as a red, so it doesn't really fit in that well with the RGB, so I'll be interested to see what you guys think about that. I should also mention the new automatic pressure adjustment function that's been installed in the bottom of the radiator. It's able to adjust the pressure inside the liquid cooler, which helps prevent leaks and therefore extend the life of the unit. The radiator also features a dual chamber design which sees the liquid flow in a single direction, and this allows for more efficient circulation. Then for the fancy RGBs, this time they are addressable for synchronized system lighting control, either by the motherboard or the provided controller. And while I'm crouched down here a little bit awkwardly, I'll also show you the new Castle series, the Castle RGB all-in-one liquid coolers. They've got a slightly larger block here. It's a very interesting design. It looks quite eye-catching, and this will be available in 240 or 280mm versions, and they will be available later next month. The pump and block housing sports dual window panes, and this provides an incredibly unique look when lit up using the RGB lighting. It comes with 5 built-in effects and 36 interchangeable lighting modes, but again, you can synchronize the RGB lighting using an addressable RGB header on your motherboard. Out of the box, the Castle series can be installed on all the latest platforms, including Threadripper's massive TR4 socket. So, a great looking all-in-one liquid cooler that I'm keen to include in a build soon. Alright, so what I think is the main star of the show here is the MATREXX 55 compact ATX case. Despite its small size, it will house extended ATX motherboards, and it's 210mm wide, so there is plenty of headroom there if you do want to put a large air cooler in. Alternatively, it is possible to mount a 240 or 280mm radiator in the top, along with a 280 or 360mm radiator in the front. The case also measures 439mm long and stands 480mm tall, giving a volume of roughly 44 litres. Inside you can install 3 2.5-inch drives and 2 3.5-inch drives, so quite good on storage there given its size. Oh, and if you were wondering, the MATREXX 55 can also accommodate graphics cards as long as 370mm and motherboards as wide as 330mm. Then for $60 US, there's the MATREXX 70, and this model is the exact same length as the lower end MATREXX 55. It's 10mm skinnier though, but 29mm tall, so the volume remains much the same. Because the case is taller, it actually extends the top mounting radiator location, and now you can install a 360mm rad. So a 360mm radiator on the top, along with one in the front as well. Other than that, they are quite similar, and storage support also remains the same. There is one more model in the MATREXX series though, and it's bigger again, so let's take a look at that. Here we have the flagship MATREXX case, the MATREXX 75, and this is obviously the biggest case in the MATREXX series, but one cool thing about this one is you'll notice that it has this nice glass panel in the front that gives you that really clean look, but it does limit airflow, and I know a lot of you guys like maximum airflow, and for those of you that don't really care that much about the case's appearance, DeepCool has included an extra front panel. There's a button here, you push that and it pops out, and included in the bundle is a mesh panel as well, so you can maximize your airflow there with that. So that is a really nice touch there by DeepCool. The MATREXX 75 is also the same length as the lower end models, but it's a little beefier with a width of 220mm and a height of 510mm, taking the capacity up to almost 50 litres. For this model, you can fit a 360mm radiator in the top and front, while it is also possible to install a 240mm radiator in the bottom of the case when using a short power supply. I imagine power supplies around the 140mm mark. The storage support has also been upgraded to handle 4 2.5-inch drives, though the 3.5-inch support does remain at just 2. The flagship MATREXX 75 model is suggested to come in at $90 US. So some really nice looking coolers from DeepCool, and I really like the new MATREXX series, some really great value cases there. So keen to check those out. Hopefully we can see them in unboxing boxes in the not too distant future. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again next time.